Welcome to the church, volume 2. Exclusive 213. Got my nephew Nate Dogg in the house. Nate Dogg, holla at him. Where you at?
Riding in my car.
Workout breakdown. 3 rounds for time, 400-meter run. First round, 9, ring muscle up, clean and jerk. Second round, 7, ring muscle up and clean and jerk. And then finally, round 3, after your 400-meter run, 5 ring muscle ups and clean and jerk. Barbell loaded at 65 and 45 kilos, male, female. How do you navigate this workout? What are the things to consider? Who is likely to perform well in this and why? I think the first thing that I look for in this scenario is I look at total volume. 1200-meter run, 21 reps of each of these movements. So we're looking at this from who should be what, where, and where in this, where and when in this workout. It's ultimately going to depend on your efficiency and ability to move well in these 2 components here, especially the ring muscle up. Let's say I'm a person who can maybe ring muscle up 9 reps or my max reps is 7. I already know that this is going to be the point where I have to break up my workout or slow things down or be really strategic. And so what a lot of people think of, and this kind of irks me a little bit if I'm being honest, they'll be like, I'll run hard here. So I'll run fast, and they'll say to save or give me time. So I have more time to get here. When that is the wrong train of thought. You can get there first, but it's not necessarily going to help you get off that first. So I don't care to get here with a lot of time. I care to get here without sacrificing the most amount of time, but having the most amount of energy. I want to put all my chips into this. I want to regress these 2 portions of movements so I can focus on giving all of this. And especially, I do not want to, as best I can, miss or fail a rep. Because 1, if I fail a rep, it's costing me time on the rep that I failed, yes. But then it also breaks my confidence for succeeding in the next rep. But then also, I don't know when I should go up for the next rep. And let's say I failed a rep and I have 3 to go. Now, do I go up and I complete 3? How long a rest is that going to require for me to do that? I go up with the intention of getting 3 and I get 2. So now I've taken a 30-second break before and after. Those are the considerations to think about. If you go up and fail another one, then all of a sudden, blanket rule, you've got to sit, you've got to wait. And often, especially in a competition setting, we look at the workout as if I need to express effort to make sure that everyone thinks that I'm trying. That doesn't matter at that point. It's a competitive workout. If you need a minute's rest to recover to get the rep, take a minute's rest. Because you're sitting down or doing nothing, it shouldn't hinder or make you feel less of an athlete because you're not essentially trying. I mean, by all means, I would rather sit for a minute and get my next rep than try every 10 seconds for 2 minutes and fail until the clock runs out. Might be just me. But the goal of the whole competition is for best time, right? Or completion of workouts. Anyway, this run at a moderate pace, somewhere between 2 to recovery pace, maybe 2:15 per round. If you're really efficient here and you know you're strong in this workout, it might be 130 to 135. Other considerations, movement patterns. So considerations for ring muscle ups is definitely movement patterns. I haven't spelled this very well, but just to get it on the board. Movement patterns, so I'm looking for a long extension in my arch shape out the back. I'm looking for a tension hold to allow me to create as much whip and propulsion as I can to get over the rings. I'm looking for a strong dip out so my rings aren't swaying and I'm chasing I'm chasing a leverage of the ring that essentially I'm against the grain. I'm trying to go back, the rings are trying to go forward. That type of situation. A male who has kind of 15 to 20 reps in the bank, this workout, it doesn't even matter. you'd bully your way through the 9, whether they look good or not. So you can kind of force feed that. And I don't think that there's enough total volume to, and it's not the best way to go about this, but there's not enough total volume to strip them of their best overall time because their movement pattern isn't so good. So, yes, we would identify that, and to make this a better workout for them, we would go back into the training facility and we would tidy up those motions and portions of the ring muscle up. But I don't think that there's enough there to warrant that. If your reps, like if your max was 9 or 10, then yes, of course, we are going to require on good movement patterns, because if you move poorly, well, you're probably not going to get a rep. And you might come down on 7 or 8, when if you performed good reps, you could get the full 9, right? And that might be worth the cost price. Let's say I get to my 8th rep and the 9th rep on this first set might be hit or miss. I think it's worth trying for. I would try and attempt, even though the failure might be there, because the risk and reward is high. If I come down on that 8th rep and wait for the 9th, that's a 20, 30 second break, minimum. If I make that 9th, I'm out in the clear by 45 seconds. It's the risk I don't have to take, the jump up to get to that rep, and then the transition to the next movement after. These clean and jerks are almost like a hindrance to this workout. Singles, of course, you've got enough of a plate on the barbell that the bar's not going to jump all over the place. Be a different story if it was 43 kilos, 30 kilos for females, and maybe double reps. Maybe the singles aren't quite there. You'd have to think about some sort of cycling. The bar's going to bounce all over the place. But the nature of that is this is recovery mode. Singles, constant, smooth. Get back on this run. Recovery pace. Recovery pace will look different from, the 1:30 runners to the 2 minute 15 runners. And remember, you're here running at this end to protect the muscle ups a little bit better. But the totality of this workout, the person that's going to win this is someone that has a moderate amount or a decent level, I would say a moderate amount of good skill gymnastics as a male, and a good amount of good gymnastic skills as a female. And then you're considering about cardiovascular. Whoever is better aerobic output, this workout is going to suit more. Even then, if you have a high output of aerobic capacity and your clean and jerk, your ring muscle ups are there, but they're not in like 9s and 10s, but maybe 3s and 4s, that person taking those breaks in between to still be able to reproduce those with a high aerobic output is going to be really well off in this workout. The moderate weight on this barbell is not going to impact that person so much. So you could have poor gymnastics, decent running, be really strong, and the clean and jerks here at this weight is not enough to be a factor for you to kind of succeed in this workout. It needs to be focused in that ability to run well, and definitely how fast can I knock out my ring muscle ups. I mean, if you look here, if I'm running 135 versus 215 for the 400 meters, and that's at a recovery pace because I need to protect my muscle ups, that's a 40-second difference. Over 3 rounds, it's 2 minutes. So I can save 2 minutes of running. That's essentially all of my clean and jerks. Just wiped out. Boom, gone. I'm 21 clean and jerks ahead in 2 minutes because of my ability to get through these 2 movements really, really well. And that's where this workout, its successes are. Is if you can run well, if you have great aerobic capacity, here, cool. Good to great level of gymnastics / ring muscle ups, and that's dependent on mainly male, female. The pattern doesn't have to quite be there. If you are really proficient at, if you're more of like a bully, if you're strong at them, like if you can get 15 to 20, you don't really need to worry so much about technique. And I feel bad saying that, but I'm thinking about competition setting and training setting. We aim for perfect mechanics. So that could really impact somebody who needs to produce great mechanics to get these reps. Because again, if your total max set is 10, but you get to here and you're too fatigued from the pre-work prior, meaning the 400 meter run, and you get to 6 reps and they were all poor and ugly because you're in race mode and you're not thinking about long tension arch and nice strong hollow shape as you go through, nice little whip transition turnover, censoring of my rings, these things, then at 6 reps, it may force you to come down because you didn't move so well, so it costs you more energy than you would have if you had moved proficient. If you had moved those 6 reps proficient, there might be another 3 reps there for you if you were able to sustain that. So those are things to think about. Yeah, so again, this workout comes back to good aerobic capacity. The clean and jerks are a little bit insignificant for this. It's not going to determine who is the best at this workout. And then good to great level of gymnastics. So if I was to grade this workout and think about timings and finishings, who would finish where or what type of time frames, I would think elite 5.5, 6 minutes total time on the running, 1200 meter run, just average split 430, 440 per K. Ring muscle ups, you can look at 21 reps and count your time off of that, but I think it's more important to come down into the sections because you're going to look at that in a little window of work time. So if you were able to run in, get up, 9 reps unbroken, you're looking at 4 seconds a rep, maybe let's say 40 seconds, and then a cruisy amount of 9 reps on the clean and jerks will still get you up to about a minute. So you've got 9 at 40 seconds, minute 40 in here, and then reduce that to 90 seconds, and then about a minute on the last round. So shivers, we're gonna go 9 minutes to 10 minutes, and then we'll go in RX, we'll add on a couple, we'll probably go 12 to 13, and then intermediate, and it's not intermediate athlete here, it's just probably more of an intermediate time, because an intermediate athlete definitely won't be performing these ring muscle ups, or not in that fashion. If they were on ring muscle ups, which would be pretty cool, might look something like 5, 3, and 1, but I would probably push this out to about 15 minutes. So you can already see that the work capacity of the elites or the intermediate is about 6 minutes more. If you've enjoyed this little breakdown, let me know in the comment section. I'd love to hear your feedback on this and see if you want to see more workouts and archetypes and considerations. And furthermore, if you like this workout, give it a go. Cheers.